My name's John Brand, and I'm the writer of this program you're watching. I've just tried jogging for the first time in 20 years, not even wearing the right gear, and I'm knackered. And I'm just 44 years old. I used to box and play hockey. I was fit once, but like most people, I got out of the habit of staying that way. We all find excuses, don't we? Work's my excuse. Lots of it. I wouldn't say I'm idle or lazy. But sitting down at a desk writing this program doesn't do much for the old muscle tone or the waistline. And if I'm like this at 44, what will I be like later? I'm not quite that far gone yet, and I don't intend to be, ever. Nor do you, I shouldn't wonder. Maybe you're around 50, maybe more. Your age doesn't matter. You've still got it all to play for. What to play for? Well, that depends on you. Nothing too energetic to start with, that's for sure. You don't want to make the same mistake I made. Something nice and easy. So what's your game then? Whatever your game is, we've got something to offer you. Fun, enjoyment, entertainment, and leisure. No matter how fit or otherwise you are now, you could feel fitter. Look at this old car found in somebody's garage. 50 years old. Suffered years of neglect. Look at it now. Beautifully restored and going like a good un. Most of the wrecks on this scrap heap are less than half the age of that car. So we'd like to suggest some ways for you to restore your bodywork and tune your engine. Through fun, enjoyment, entertainment, and leisure. So the producer said, why don't you have a crack at some of these sports? If you can do them, anybody can. He's now with the diplomatic service. The new producer suggested a brisk canter through half a dozen of them, the foolish boy. The next one thought more of a sedate trot would be okay. So I decided to keep him. So, here I am. I chose swimming first for bolster a wilting confidence. At least I know I can swim. Two things I like about swimming. It tones up so many different muscles, including the ones you'd forgotten you had, and those you never knew about. And you can go at your own pace. But what if I can't swim, I hear you say? Not to worry. Here at this pool, they run adult learn-to-swim classes. And don't be afraid you'll make a fool of yourself. We're all in the same boat, or not, as the case might be. Your town hall or local library will give you details. Of course, swimming can lead to other sports, like water polo. I've never found out how they manage to keep the horses underwater for so long. Once you've made friends with water, you really can start to paddle your own canoe or dinghy or whatever. And you don't have to live on the Thames or in the Lake District to do it. This used to be a gravel pit. It's now been turned into a recreation area. And it won't cost you an arm and a leg to come sailing either. You can hire a boat for the afternoon. You can easily get a breeze up even on water like this. So, warm clothes, waterproofs, shoes with pattern soles, and of course, a life jacket. This might seem a bit too much like hard work to start with. Well, pop down to your local park and have a leisurely row on the lake. You could aim somewhere between the two. You'd have to dig a bit deeper in your pocket for a canal cruise, but you'll go a long way before you'll find a pleasanter way of seeing Britain. Come to think of it, you can go quite a long way on canals and waterways. There are more than 3,000 miles of them.
When the weather is fine and you know it's a sign we're messing about on the river. If you take my advice, there's nothing so nice as messing about on the river. There are longboats and short boats and all sorts of craft, and cruisers and keelboats and some with no draft. So take off your coat and hop in a boat, go messing about on the river.
You're not happy, in or on the water? Well, try sitting beside it. It might take a while to become the complete angler, but you'll probably find it easier if you just call it fishing. If you fancy a bit of salmon or trout for your tea, you'll try game fishing. That's when you keep what you catch. Now, coarse fishers aren't what you think. Well, not all of them anyway. They're the unselfish folk who sit for hours on the riverbank, catch a tiddler, weigh it, and then put it back in the water. Either way, coarse or game, you'll probably need a license. Join a club or contact your water authority to find out about permits and things. I'm told that angling's Britain's most popular sport. I'd have thought it was the second most popular, wouldn't you? Which brings us to... ball games are as old as civilization, even older. The first one consisted of one group of people at the top of a hill sending a boulder crashing down on their unsuspecting enemies lurking at the bottom. Since then, the games have become less lethal, at least some of them. There's still as much fun, and healthier for all concerned. Indoors or out, you'll find that facilities for most ball games are provided or organised by your local council or sports and leisure centre. And that means they're cheap. At the top end of the Energy League comes tennis, squash, and badminton. If you'd rather walk after the ball than chase it, you could try golf. Or bowls. You can combine pottering and potting if you choose snooker. There are hundreds of sports and leisure centres around the country. There's almost certainly one near you. All of them are offering special activities for you in the coming months. If you'd rather do what you're doing to music, then have a dabble in movement and dance sessions. Fitness classes range from the fanatically strenuous to the laid-back, relaxed approach. Now, for all I know, even tripping the light fantastic might be beyond you, let alone playing 45 minutes each way. No matter, you've still got it all to play for. A lot of organised recreation is done on a self-help basis. What about yourself helping others to organise themselves? There's many a kids' team, for instance, that would welcome your helping hand. Who runs your local sports club? Coaches the young hopefuls. Organises the bring and buy sales that raise the cash for club activities. and takes care of the 1,001 other tasks that help people help themselves. Could it be you? Could you help one particular group, the disabled? Most disabled people who take part in sport want to do as much for themselves as they can, but some things are simply beyond them. It's not beyond you to give a hand, though, is it? See what I mean? You really do have it all to play for. The choice is great, the cost is small, the benefits are enormous. One of the gentlest and most enjoyable ways of getting back to health and happiness is simply walking there. Start with a mile a day on flat ground. Your only investment is a pair of reasonable shoes, although, knowing our weather, an anorak would come in handy. The Ramblers Association will welcome you and your family if you want to venture further afield. Footpaths and bridleways, national parks and nature trails, no matter where you live, the countryside is on your doorstep, waiting to be explored. You'll be pleasantly surprised with the way you feel and the progress you make. Which brings me back to where we began this program. The jogging that nearly brought me to my knees. But it needn't have done. A few weeks have gone by since then, and I've learned. Start with a brisk 10-minute walk. Then mix walking and jogging for a fixed distance. Gradually cut down the walking and increase the jogging. Persevere. Do it at least 3 times a week. Fun runs and marathons are all the rage. I've not got that far yet, but I'm working at it. Or playing, depending upon your point of view. Fun, enjoyment, entertainment, leisure. The Sports Council is here to help you help yourself to all of these. At 50 plus, feel fit. You've got it all to play for. Here, hang on a sec. My producer's so impressed he thinks I can do even better. He said, on your bike. So here I go. Something else to try my hand at. I'm feeling fitter already. Ta-da!